Doctor Who, the new Jodie Whittaker's Doctor.
Going to be an interesting one, folks. The premiere is coming out Sunday, and on the
BBC, it's going to be actually October 7th.
okay.
I want to say the date because some people may not get to watch this until after the airing.
Yes, and we want you to understand there's going to be some major changes.
Yep. What we do know from the trailers is that have been released is that the Doctor will have 3 companions, 2 of whom are male.
Getting away from the original companion run, there have always been one over the past, I think, 5 Doctors. It has been a female, possibly a male companion to the companion.
There are a couple of male companions. Depends if you count Jack Harkness as a male companion, but he's
Captain Jack. Yeah, we can run him. I think it was isolated more than anything else.
yeah.
It was an unwanted companion,
Yeah.
shall we put it that way?
Yeah, because the Doctor seemed to be indifferent to him, didn't really care for him.
He didn't appreciate him hitching a ride, utilizing the time wristband.
And with the change in the genders, I wonder how this is going to change the dynamic of the show.
Well, you know, I've heard a lot of people complaining about the idea of the Doctor becoming female. I myself have looked forward to it. I assumed it was going to be the last Doctor's change, that he was going to become female, or they were going to do something as far as bringing back, I don't know, his daughter and having her take the mantle. But in doing so, the changes that they've done, it is a sign of the times. It's about time that we have a female Doctor, which is, you know, becoming a mainstay in comics, be it in television shows, but we are seeing a revolution of gender change, and it's about time. We have become fixated on a time traveler over the past 30, 40 years.
Well, the Doctor's been around for over 50.
Over 50 now. Okay. In doing so, what we have seen is him fighting a lot of bad guys. Well, he also needs to fight bad women. And if it's not he, then she.
Yeah. He started fighting the bad woman, the Mistress. The
Right.
Master being regenerated into a female.
Right, and we also had the Spider Queen.
Yep.
We also had a few others that were along the way. But he was more hesitant about an all-out physical or confrontational item when it came to the gender roles.
Yeah. Well, you brought up the Doctor's daughter. I wonder if we'll see her in this new series.
I'm hoping. One of the things that was lacking was the conclusion of that vein. When the Doctor's daughter was brought to life from a DNA sample, she took off with the rocket at the end, and one of her hearts had stopped, and the other started again after he left. In doing so, it shows that she has 2 hearts. Can she regenerate at the end and continue being the Doctor, or his daughter, or, you know, she is 100% Time Lord, so she's not watered down being 50% this, that, or the other. And where there is no other, you know, Time Lords other than the Master, and the Master was last seen female, they're not going to have a child.
Yep.
Will the regeneration of the Master, for whatever reason, be male, and turn the tides, and they have a child to continue the series? Again, this is all speculation.
Yep.
We've gotten to be to the 13th reincarnation of the Doctor, and where are we going? Are we going to get to see 13 female? A lot of people have said this is the last, so we need an offspring. Be it his daughter originally, or be it a daughter of this new person.
Well, like I said, don't forget there was the granddaughter from the original Doctor.
Yes, but my question, was she on the planet when Gallifrey blew up?
Well,
Or disappeared and shot into a different dimension?
well
or
she apparently went off with a male friend or whatever at the when she left the series. So she's off into like the different future or whatever.
Again, does any of that have to do with more people from Gallifrey being alive?
Well, Gallifrey is still alive. It's just a matter of where.
Right, and not only where, but when.
Yeah.
Because if it was a place that the Doctor could reach, could he go there and find somebody to travel with him?
Because Peter Capaldi actually went to Gallifrey.
Right, but here's the problem. The Time Lords want to take over.
Yeah.
Okay, they believe that with everything that happened, they need to wipe it all clean, and they need to take it over, and that was the problem. The Master was going to help bring it forth.
Like I said, they've had so many different versions of the Gallifrey, the ruling council and all that stuff, that it moves you wondering what's what.
It becomes a very questionable line on how they're going to explain all this, and hopefully we'll get more answers out of this Doctor than we got the last Doctor. Now, what will be her sonic tool? I'm sorry, but the sonic sunglasses did not work, and they need to lose the shades.
Well, it could be a sonic flipstick.
Yeah, but on the same, a sonic compact. We have another thing that becomes an issue when the Doctor started playing the electric guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for the Gallifreyans, each version, they've had multiple versions, like one from Tom Baker's era, the old versions. Then they had them, they disappeared or they died. Then they put them in the pocket dimension. Then they're not in the pocket dimension. It's like, what's going on?
And it becomes very questionable. I mean, even at the end of time, okay?
Yep.
There were no other Time Lords until he met back up with the Master.
Yeah.
Okay? If Gallifrey is so powerful and they have all these TARDISes, and I'm just saying if, and they were taken away outside of our universe's bubble, why couldn't they use all their equipment to come back? Chauffeur the people back onto a planet, one group at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, the TARDIS inside is bigger on the inside than it is on the out.
Yeah. Could we see River Song again?
Oh, that's a good question. Can we see River Song? She was born on the TARDIS, or conceived on the TARDIS, and she has genetic markers that are of Gallifrey, in a sense.
The way it's put on the internet is that she's human with Time Lord DNA.
Well, that's where it becomes odd. How much was giving off Time Lord DNA off that hand? Just a question, because if that's the case, how much of that hand is left? Was it completely used and destroyed? Or is part of the Doctor still clinging on and going to affect the outcome of this storyline?
Yeah. And pretty much all I've given thought to. We'll have to wait and see what the new Doctor's like. I hope you'll join me. I'm going to be watching the show.
I, myself, will be looking forward to it, wishing I could be at the premiere, which is in England, but at this time...
They've already had.
Yeah, which, unfortunately, something like that is, beyond our scope of travel and enjoyment in that sense. But, in future days, maybe we'll get invited to one of these premieres.
It'd be nice.
It would be nice.
And like I said, I would be watching the show. I know a lot of people are down on the gender change. I look at it, I want to see what the story is like. Since we got a new writer on the story, it's not going to be Stephen Moffat. If Jodie Whittaker can do the story justice.
I believe so. I believe it's time. There are a lot more directions they can take a female character on. I think utilizing 13 male characters, in that sense, the lead, They've covered everything. We have seen so many adaptations of the Cybermen. We
Yeah.
have seen, you know, everything from the past to the future to the, you know, back to the present for the third time. We need fresh, and to continue a series like this, which, look, it was, you know, British rival to Americans. Star Trek. Star Trek was originally created to go up against Doctor Who. Time slot wise, PBS carried Doctor Who. CBS carried, you know, Star Trek. So, in the end, gotta say, Doctor Who's still here and still relevant.
Yep.
And time to see different characters. Hopefully, we see less of the old evil characters, because I think we've beaten them to death. I think it's time that we see newer characters.
And my question for Jodie Whittaker is that what kind of quirk is she going to have for her doctor, like Tom Baker? He had the extremely ridiculous long scarf,
Yep.
and he had a thing for jelly babies.
Right. And then we had doctors with bow ties are cool.
Yeah. Or fezzes.
Or fezzes. Yep.
Because every doctor's had their own quirk, which made them endure to their fans.
Right. And every doctor's got a fan base. So let's stand together as Whovians, I guess.
Yep.
And let's welcome our newest doctor and give her a chance to wow us.
Yep. And that's it for our channel for today. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for joining us.